Hey folks! Oh, that's a nice big light over there. Not good for camera work, but hey, welcome to On Blast with MG. MG here, me. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make starter for sourdough bread. Why would you like to do? Why would you want to do this? I don't know. Maybe you have too much time on your hands. Maybe you want to make your own bread that tastes delicious. Maybe you're just sick and tired of all the preservative that people put in their breads, especially the store-bought breads. If you ever look in the back of the package, there's literally hundreds of things in these breads. So I make my own starter, and I make my own sourdough bread. At the end of the video, I'll show you guys what my bread looks like. I'm baking one today, but right now I'm going to show you how to make the starter. And in an additional video, probably in a week's time, I'll show you guys how to make the bread from start to finish. So make sure you subscribe and tune back in. So let's get going and show you how to do the starter. To begin with, you'll need three things. Pretty simple. A jar. You need like a mason jar. Something to cover it with. I usually have this little wax paper that I got from Earth Day one day, but you could cover pretty much anything just as long as it's loosely covered so that air gets in there. You'll need some flour, and that's about it. So flour, mason jar, and something to cover the mason jar with. Sometimes, you know, the way I really keep mine is I use this jar right here, but I alternate between jars just because I make up bread once a week. So what I'm going to be showing you here, you're going to be able to make one loaf a week. Now you could increase that by just having more starter, or you could decrease it by just making smaller amounts of starter. Anyways, show you how to make the starter, it's really, really simple. You're going to get your jar, and you're going to add basically, this is my measurements. There are different measurements out there. 1 tablespoon of flour into the jar, and then you're gonna add some lukewarm water. My girlfriend loves to add purified water, which I like. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll add a little bit of purified water, just enough to literally make a paste that is consistent with, if I could describe it to you, like maybe pancake batter. So just go ahead and mix that in there. So you're mixing the flour with the water, and what needs to happen is you need to have this look like basically pancake batter. So this is what it's going to look like in the end. There you go. See, it's kind of nice, and it's not too thick, it's not too loose. So just about the pancake batter kind of consistency. And then what you're going to do, you're going to leave this out on your shelf. And when you're making a starter from the beginning, I just put it up on my shelf in my kitchen where it's usually warmer than any other room in the house, obviously because of the cooking that's happening in here. So you're going to leave this on your shelf, and you're going to feed it every single day with the same amounts that I did. 1 tablespoon of flour, and then a little bit of water, and you're going to mix it all up, and then you're going to leave it again overnight and do the same thing. Feed it every single day for 7 days is my process, is how often I do mine. And then at the end of the 7 days, I'm going to make the bread. Now what you should see, and you're not going to be able to see it here, but overnight or in probably a few hours, this will start to bubble. If you're starting a starter from scratch though, you're not going to see this starting to bubble for at least a few days. So be patient, just add your flour and your water, leave it overnight, do it again and again, and you should start seeing it bubble and kind of start to double in size. It will go up the container. By the end of 7 days, this should be ready to go. If you're adding, say on the 5th or 6th day, if you're adding a cup of a tablespoon of flour to the jar, by the next morning you should have seen that bubble, and you should see visibly bubbles into the jar itself actually. So at the end of the 7 days, you could make your bread with it, as long as you've seen the bubbles and it's actively becoming active. And I'll show you guys how to make the bread once we get that going.